How can something as beautiful as this be dying? A plague is ruining the land, but the tree of life still stands. Question is, for how long? End is coming to the new world. The tribes stand divided, in need of someone strong enough to unite them, or bring them all down. This is a story with an unusual beginning. So, let's expect an unusual end. Welcome to Biomutant. Encode your DNA. Define your genetic structure. Choose a genetic resilience. Choose your first style. Pick your main color. Choose your detail color. Pick a class. Commando. Psy-Freak. Saboteur. Sentinel. Saboteur. Psy-Freak. Commando. Deadeye. Deadeye chosen. Good choice. Here's somebody with a troubled past, drawn into the spotlight of a story that's already begun. We're already at a crossroads. Choosing a path in life is that fork in the road. But for you, it's not only a crossroad, but a choice. A reflection of your key, the primal energy that flows through everything.
Let me introduce myself. I'm the light and bright side of you, or your inner voice to be precise, an echo of balance and consequence of your actions as you move forward.
Seems more like you're being light-headed if you ask me, but you'll come around eventually.
But what comes around goes all the way back around. So,
In your nature, and here I was hoping we'd be all about natural selection, survival of the strongest and so forth.
natural selection is all about evolution and progress. And as soon as there's enough light, darkness...
Right is always right. Stories of death and the bodies left behind, a reminder that we're at the mercy of nature and the one that preys on others. Do you remember the beast that shattered your family, or did you choose to forget? You turned your back on our world and got lost in your own. Meanwhile, the predator only grew stronger. Better make a run for it. This is not the time nor place to end this story. This time, it was best to run and live to fight another day. Let us hope you're ready for it when it comes. The predator isn't the only threat. The wildlife started to mutate when the end of days began, and the tree of life started to die. The oil sludges everywhere. To most, it only means death, but some have adapted to the new environment and changed with it. Evolution has its ways. One hand after the other. The oil sludges everywhere. To most, it only means death, but some have adapted to the new environment and changed with it. Evolution has its ways. Amazing how much that helps. emergency box from the once was. A rare sight. That pipe looks weak. The claw bar should come in handy. Whoa! It's time to find a way out of this place. No, really, I mean it. The Morks produce biomatter in their multi-organ that they shed under distress. blobs that affect the cellular coding strands of any living being when absorbed, including you. Toxanol built vessels called arks to save themselves from the impending doom. But was it too late? It is only from the flight logs of the single ark they left behind that we know. Just a few moves left. Make them count. Needs a key. There are few records of the chain of events that led to the big apocalypse eons ago, but it's clear the world wasn't prepared for how recklessly the Toxanol Corporation would make its mark on the world. Their rare earth mining and nuclear industries generated tons of waste, and, without consideration for the future, they dumped it all in landfills until they ran out of space. That's when they made the big mistake. They began dumping the toxic waste in. Once in the surf, the radiation interfered with the genetics of the wildlife and created bizarre mutations in their offspring. It had an inconceivable impact on biodiversity and the entire ecosystem. The sound of spark metal going pew-pew is never a good thing. It's coming from behind that door. A warning label. The box looks like a potential brain melt. It's going to take a bit of puzzling to short-circuit the door. There you go. The wheeled one is outnumbered. You'd better help him out. Close encounter. That's the last of them. Let's talk to the wheeled one before backup arrives. He wants to thank you for taking his side against the scavengers. He sounds familiar. You just can't figure out. He presents himself as out of date. He knows he's way overdue, but he hasn't given up.
Ewe boboye.
He doesn't seem surprised that you don't recognize him. You were just a child back then, the night everything changed.
Satuata Bob Kila.
There have been rumors of a one-eyed Ronin seen outside the Great Wall, and he's happy to see it's true.
Taimis.
The legend of the one-eyed child that grew up as an outcast.
Tuloya. Uto Lula.
The child could have been anyone, but the evil it had fled had left a mark, a facial scar to remember.
Tuloya. Uto Lula.
There's no doubt you're the child, and that what Lupa Lupin did to your village, your Muma, and... He says it has taken you a long time to bring the past back up to the present, to find... It was after the attack that the unity fell apart. Your Muma... Had it not been for the Tree of Life, no one would have survived. He hopes you... Asks if you were tired, as it's a bit of a hike here from the village. He wonders if your Muma knows you are here. You're such a good child, so you probably did. Even the young forget. He understands. The potato people, or Nono, are a wonder, somehow interlinked with this little tree here, fueling its source of life. You might be right. Like potatoes, they're packed with energy. The Nono prefer to hide in glitter grass. He says you should get over there and ruffle it. See if you can... You've found one. You should be proud. They don't come out for everyone. The Nono's key energy is just what the Pensai needs to complete its cycle and grow into a tree of life. The small tree you saw up there where you met will eventually grow into a tree of life. You'll need to support the tree for a long time to come. The only way it'll grow... You'll need a net to catch the Nono, and he wants you to use his, but asks you to be gentle. You handle that net like you've never done anything else. He's imp. One day, he hopes the tree will have grown tall enough to sustain. But today, your focus is getting this one to become one with the tree. From this day on, he'll make nurturing the Pensai into a tree of life, a life goal. One day, the land won't be as peaceful. Not even your Muma will be able to. He says you'd better hurry back to the village before your Muma comes looking for you. You did good here today. No, she's got lots on her mind and needs rest after the raid last night on the Lupin camp with her
Yuba Duluwawa.
He lost you there for a while.
Yuba Duluwawa.
He says he remembers every single day he devoted to growing the Tree of Life, but now
Chintwata Moti Huasa.
the tree started to die when the end of days begun, and it wasn't long after that that the World Eaters arrived.
Yevofo Lolanofo.
Records tell of the ruinous devastation the Toxanol Corporation inflicted on the land. His friend Gizmo is working on a Mekton and needs help defeating the Jumbo Puff at the end of the West Route. Wiz is still repairing his octopod to confront the Merc Puff that dwells deep down under the surface at the end of the Northwest Route. Nocco has tamed the Midget and is preparing to take on the Hoof Puff at the end of the East Route. Finally, Goop is almost done with the Goo Glide, a machine able to ride the waves of the surf all the way out to the Porky Puff at the end of the route to the southeast.
Loma Utulu Ba Yowo.
Out of Date says his friends are gearing up to stop the World Eaters. There's one at the end of each route.
Loma Utulu Ba Yowo.
The road ahead won't be easy, but
Ba Loyalu.
he wants you to understand that you'll all die.
Loatolu Dum.
Regardless, you'll meet again once you've played your part in the tribe war and the situation with the World Eaters.
To Wabu.
You're getting the hang of it. Quickest way out is through the roof where they came in, and the rope looks strong enough to climb. Know that the Tree of Life is dying. Its days are numbered. Without help, it can't endure the environmental change and assault from the World Eaters. A signpost maps it out for the cartographically challenged. Let's see. Must be the World Eater that chewed off Out of Date's leg. You'll need a hat trick to bring that down. Look, a survivor. Glad to see someone. He's heard the stories about the terror inflicted by the World Eaters to other enclaves, but never
Fairy tale.
He worries there won't be much left to save if this continues, even if the Tree of Life survives the...
Bayo, Oshina Toshina Mai.
He doesn't know what your connection is to this place, but something tells him you've stayed true to your heart.
Bayo.
He can't understand why you'd do such a thing. He won't make...
Good work, clever clogs. Let me guide you into the dark.
Ah, you're too sharp to fall for that. Let me guide you into the light.
Wait, what? No, you were off to such a great start.
I always knew you had a good heart.
Just...
There's Out of Date again. He must have missed something important.
Mauketo dol atto iaman.
Out of Date says you will make a better stand against the World Eaters with the support of a...
Farfarifjo, tuka kubu.
The Myriad tribe is likely to be a good match as they act on the understanding...
To huaye.
Regardless of who you choose, it won't be easy, as the conflict between the tribes is worse than ever. The Myriad's conviction to stop the World Eaters began when the Leviathans rose from the depths of the surf. Siding with the Myriad's movement for wholeness in a fragmented world might seem like the logical thing to do, but is it the right thing? One thing's certain, though. Destiny arrives all the same. The Jagni tribe only ever had one conviction: to bring balance to the world by wiping out the weak. They believe a cleansing is necessary to restore the world and want to let the World Eaters bring down the Tree of Life. But siding with Jagni isn't necessarily a bad thing. Fate will find a way.
Ya you mawa.
Out of Date says someone needs to break the stalemate and shift the balance of power to either Jagnis or Myriad.
Mpa, wherefore, where?
He believes the tribe Sifus, Myriad especially, will listen to you and expects you to pay at least one of them a visit and play your part.
Nuekek ujbar no barke.
Out of Date will be waiting for you beneath the Tree of Life if you lose track of what you need to do. Another fork in the road. It's either the tunnel or the motor bridge. What'll it be? It's a bridge. Just get over it. Boom! They've destroyed this area, muddied up what used to be muck, as if it wasn't bad enough before the tribe war began. That's the Jagni tribe's fort. Their friendship can be a blessing or a curse. It's up to you. You're either a part of their solution to the tribe war or part of the problem. Says they're wary of strangers. They're at war. Hopes to see you again soon. Says they're cautious of The Sifu's door is always open for newcomers, but he cautions you. They'll expect you to behave.
Zata is the moi tloho. Kariesne zdace. O visoko dolazi.
He welcomes you to the Jagni fort and introduces himself as the tribe's... The news of a cold-blooded Ronin crossing the Great Wall through the crack in Bunker 101 preceded you. He's referring to your rampage through Bunker 101. It seems you don't mind a bit of blood. There's something about your spirit that sparks memories of you as a kidling. He can still... Sometimes one memory can make another come to life. He hasn't thought about your Muma for ages. Your Muma invented Wang Fu. Originally, it was based on unarmed combat. Jagni doesn't want a new unity between the tribes. Their goal is to become omnipresent and, most importantly, feared. Says there is some darkness in the best of us, even you, and suggests you embrace that side of you and help them vanquish the tribes and let the World Eaters destroy the Tree of Life. He had a feeling you'd say that. You're not sinister enough to be a Jagni. That big heart of yours makes you weak. He'll give you a chance to change your mind before you leave and asks you to reconsider. Otherwise, you'll be seen as a rival. Then so be it. He wants you to know that they'll show no mercy at the end of this war and offers you a last chance. And with that, he urges you to seek protection at Myriad's Stone Fort before word gets out that you've chosen not to side with them. It was built on the back of many, including us, and claimed by Myriad when the construction was abandoned after the attack on the old village. It was your Muma's vision for a new... It's time to say goodbye for now. And if it's not the kind of goodbye that lasts forever, then the next will mean the end for you. Better beware, that's a mump up ahead. They were hit hard by evolution, the wonky ones especially, deformed and unfurred. That's the Myriad Tribe's fortress. Will they be friends or foe? You should head up there. That way you'll know. It's a beaten path to that door. If you go there, you'd better make an entrance. Says they're wary of strangers. They're at war. Says the Sifu is popular these days as the tribe grows stronger by the day. He suggests you let...
Sipi? La panen agin kan man. Gerat na falo hutut mus. Tugai la wute.
The Myriad tribe act on understanding of the greater good and a code of honor. They believe uniting the tribes is the only way to restore the peace. He welcomes you to the Myriad fort and introduces himself as the tribe's Sifu. The wall that separates them from the other side? The wasteland you came from? He guesses the time spent there just left a blank space in your memory, as empty and barren as the wasteland itself. There's something about your spirit that sparks memories of you as a kidling. He can still sense you're kind-hearted. There were 6 of them, but the unity fell apart after Lupa Lupin attacked the old village. Soon after, they formed new tribes based on their own values, and when the Blight started, the Sifu was waiting for something to tip the balance in their favor, and with you by their side, he's confident you can unite the other tribes. The one you should coerce first is the... Their kin have run out of options and found themselves backed into a corner. Even those who... He wants you to focus. These are the new rival outposts your tribe needs to take control of. He says you'll regret not being on their side. The only way you'll learn their secrets, Wung Fu and the tribe weapon now, is if you defeat him. And that will never happen. You both have gentle minds, so they want to wage a gentle war. A war that bonds as much as it breaks. Tells you not to be afraid. Your fate cannot be taken from you. Claim the rival outposts and earn the right to wield the tribe weapon. Once you've dealt with the rival's outposts, you'll challenge their Sifu to unite their tribe with yours and let your kin share. Seeing you brings back his memories of the old He remembers your kind and unselfish soul and can sense you still have it in you. The will to... Anyway, the memories you make with your family are strong and can sometimes come to life. Passing the old village on your way to the first rival outpost might help. Feeling buff? Time is lost on this place, but it evokes a tingling sensation. There's something special about it, drawing you closer. As time passes, memories fade, and sometimes feelings change. It's not about who you were, it's about who you'll become. This story is far from over. Echoes of a long-lost past, like whispers in the wind. Here's some. He wonders where you've been. He hopes you've been out at the lake, practicing your swimming technique. Learning to swim can be scary when you don't know what you're doing. But fortunately, he's here to give you a helping hand. He thinks you should really know how to swim by now. And he'll be honored. He says that wasn't too bad, was it? Way to go. Don't let the sound of the waves drown out your spirit. Judging by your Mooma's look, it seems you forgot something. You promised you'd train with her before the sun goes down. It's time to go. The dedication to training is important. You can't rely solely on the fact that... You should know, practice makes perfect. She'll see you at the village square. She says that's good. With a passion for learning, you'll never cease to grow. Here's another familiar face with lots on his mind. He was hoping you could help him pick up some scrap for a thingamajig he's working on. He's happy to hear that from someone. You should look for... He wonders what usefulness you found. He says whatever it is, it shouldn't be left lying around on the ground. He can work wonders with almost anything and asks if you know how to upcycle. He says only a few are willing to do the little things, but if you make enough of them, they can have a... He'd love to teach you to upcycle, and the scrap you found would be a good start. You did well, but he can't help but wonder why you decided to craft a weapon. He believes being considerate will help you feel at peace with you. He's looking forward to seeing what you'll make next. It seems you have a talent for... It looks like she's starting to lose her patience. You know she doesn't like waiting for you. She wants to see you on the village square right away.
Andro?
Then you've got a good excuse. You share a responsibility to prevent harm. She wants you to grow up and start thinking for yourself. You really need to find yourself before she's gone. That's all she's ever asked of you. You've always followed your own path, but this time she needs you to... They look determined. Better watch out. He asks you to stop right there and wonders where you think you're going. He says that it's not too late for you. There's no way they'll let you pass. He wants to know who you think you are. He says you're right. Nobody can tell him what he can and can't do, and that includes... She asks if you're hurt. What happened? If confidence is silent and insecurity is loud, the most important thing is that you're okay. It's time to focus on your training now. Here's someone close to heart, doing what he does best. He asks if you could help him, too, before you leave for training. He'll talk to her, sure, but you know she wants you to accept responsibility. He suggests you get going and find him gadgets and ideas for how you can upcycle. He's curious to see what you've found. He says whatever it is, it shouldn't be left forgotten at the bottom of a pile of recyclables. He says it's about time. The style might be too edgy for his taste, but it looks... You should take it with you, wear it to practice.
Goga.
Your Muma says it's about time you got here.
Kala.
Hopes you're as ready as you claim to be.
Bola kudo.
She says she is eager to get started. You don't have much time left before the sun...
It's intended.
Your Muma says you did well today. She's so proud of you.
Kala.
That's all she's ever asked of you.
Pial tu ma.
Been working on a present for you, with the help of Gizmo and Wiz.
Bola kamu no rukna.
You should go see him and find out... Catchy.
Bola kamu no rukna.
Your Muma says she's never seen an apparatus as green as this little thing. It's wonderful.
Brumble na marsamon wunundo.
A piece of Scraptronics like this has built...
Kialdo male kana rotono.
It's called an automaton, and it's hardwired to your DNA. It'll follow wherever you go and see whatever you see.
Brumble na marsamon wunundo.
You're lucky to have some...
Anora ka papom.
Your Muma says you look tired. No wonder. It's been a long day.
Can't see.
Says a good rest makes you ready for... Rest, and you'll find strength for tomorrow. Nothing could stop Lupa Lupin from setting the world on fire.
Andoro. Can't see.
Your Muma urges you to blaze a trail. A burnt kidling will learn to dread fire. That's just adding fuel to the flames. Give it a last burst and you'll make it. Your whatever happens, you need to know she loves you, and everything she's done has... Here it comes, the past coming to haunt the present. You must go through fire and water to make it out of here. Your Muma says you can make it if you believe in it. Where she goes, you go. Blood is thicker than water. You're in deep surf. Don't make waves. The surf goes where it wants to go. It'll take you to the shore as long as you go with the flow. Death is not to be feared by one who has lived life with a pure heart. A part of her will live on in you. The creature is hungry for more. Nothing is going to stand in its way now. If a sacrifice is made for someone else, it's not lost, but passed on to the next. Life must go on. Real sacrifice comes from love and necessity when all other options are exhausted. The ultimate test of conscience is the willingness to give up anything to save what you truly care about. What you do for yourself dies with you. What you do for your kin remains and makes you immortal in their memory. As the moment fades and is lost, the only thing that remains is loneliness. It doesn't mean you'll forget your past. It simply means you need to move on.